you're not listening to Pubcast, the terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore says.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
Okay, welcome to the Cannonball Run episode of the Pubcast. This time I took the podcast on the road and recorded an in-person episode with Allison, Michelle, and Joel. And we had a small audience that included Mike and Rob, who you may know from previous episodes. And they chime in from time to time with some helpful and some not so helpful interjections, so that's fun. This one got a little crazy as we had some amazing tangents about hamsters, James Bond's anti-Semitism, and Farrah Fawcett's nipples, so look forward to that. Buckle up and get ready as we break down Cannonball Run.
This is the story of an average guy and a beautiful girl.
Hi.
Don't tell me your name. I'll just call you Beauty.
You must be a sensitive person. I bet you're a fan of Rod McEwen's.
I try to be.
And his best friend.
I am Captain Chaos. Been a cop long?
And a family doctor.
LeLuise. Come on right here.
And how they all set out one day in an ambulance from New York to California at 150 miles per hour.
California, here we come.
But they aren't the only ones. Because this is the Cannonball Run. America's illegal Grand Prix. And it doesn't matter how you get there. It's who gets there first. Burt Reynolds is the defending champion. On his team, Farrah Fawcett.
Are you one of those volleyballers?
Cannonballs.
Dom DeLuise, and Jack Elam. And here comes the competition.
Will you hurry up, you little...
Dean Martin.
We happen to be in a race.
Sammy Davis Jr.
You, Shorty. Where'd you get all that jewelry?
Take a left.
Mel Tillis and Terry Bradshaw. Jackie Chan. And Roger Moore as himself.
I'm Roger Moore. Roger Moore.
All of them. Reckless.
We're in kind of a hurry, so if you could just bless it and then we'll be...
Unscrupulous.
Oh, I gotta bless her. Oh, I'm sorry, Father. She's a Zen Buddhist.
Desperate characters.
Ready, fire!
By land, by sea, by air. They'll do anything, drive anything, say anything.
It's hard to understand you.
When I called you, I was doing 140 miles an hour.
And stop at nothing.
Normally I drive right around the speed limit.
We all make mistakes, miss. But 160?
To win the Cannonball Run.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Come on, faster!
Cannonball Run. The only movie to get over 200 tickets before it even opens.
That's Cannonball. Perfect.
All right, Cannonball Run. Let me give you the no-nonsense plot. A wide variety of eccentric competitors participate in a wild and illegal cross-country road race. However, the eccentric entrants will do anything to win the road race, including low-down, dirty tricks. That's one of our worst ones ever.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, before we get into when you saw it, where you saw it, what it meant, all that stuff, I want to give some context to the knucklehead who directed this thing.
Oh, Hal Needham.
Hal Needham. He was a stuntman and stunt director.
And it shows.
The line underneath of his description of who he is he's the highest paid stuntman in the world.
Wow. That's...
Or was in 1979 or whatever. So he directed Smokey and the Bandit,
right? Yep.
Of course. Hooper.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Cannonball Run. Stroker Ace. Great movie. Cannonball Run 2. And then a string of TV movies in 1994. This will shock you of what they're about. Bandit, Bandit Silver Angel. About the Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Bandit, Beauty and the Bandit.
Oh, he really wrote this for
Dude,
all
these are
time.
actual movies?
TV movies. Bandit, Bandit Goes Country. This is like Ernest Goes to Camp.
I bet there was a lot of cocaine on that stuff.
And here's the last one I found. I only saw the video box that was like from Europe or some language I couldn't decipher. But the part that was in English was Bandit, Bandit. That's my favorite.
That must have been the Japanese import.
Yeah. So that may have been a Russian knockoff. I don't know what was going on there.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Can't make this
That
up.
is so good.
Did that come from Bill Peterman's?
I mean, this is a deep well of material, apparently.
This guy,
wow, that's a lot of.
Well,
he's just a guy who knew guys and became like.
Yeah, he was obviously best friends with
walked
Burt
his way into being a director of a bunch of.
And
car
look at all
stunt
the
movies.
gratuitous stunts in this show.
Right.
The landing the plane to get more beer.
It's so.
We were laughing so much at that.
Well, and throughout the movie, I mean, granted, 3/4 of it is about this race, so you can see why there's people in crowds, but why were there crowds just hanging out in that small town when that airplane was landing? Like, if you look throughout, it's just 50 people, groups of 50 people just standing around.
I'm sure they like did this shit on the quick and cheap without a permit and like just landed it and ran off.
Apparently, without getting too far ahead on the trivia, they filmed for 36 days at most, and it was super quick. Everybody averaged like 2 or 3 days of filming, and that was it.
So
I think we see the
we have talked
results
about
of
this.
those labors.
This movie is barely a movie.
This thing is a piece of shit. Let's be honest.
Wow. I absolutely disagree. It is not.
No, I'm saying it's great, but it is barely a movie. It's
right.
a string of scenes.
It's a lot of non sequiturs. Yeah, it's a lot of non sequiturs.
Mixed in with some racism and some sexism.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yeah.
1979.
Anti-Semitism.
Oh, yeah, a lot of anti-Semitism.
There's a lot of things happening there.
So
there's a couple things where I'm like, whoa.
I
don't know. I mean, yeah, there's a lot, but I mean, there were a couple in particular. I'm like, that wouldn't fly today at all. Like that's
the whole movie.
The whole thing
cancel culture.
The entire movie is out.
Yeah.
Like a dozen characters would be just wiped out completely.
Right.
I took
the entire Jamie Farr character
to go look at the Roger Ebert archives.
Yeah.
1981, he reviewed it.
He's spotty.
He said it was the worst thing ever made. And as I said to Michael earlier today and Dina, this movie made me feel like Smokey and the Bandit was a masterpiece.
Right.
As I was watching this, I said to myself, Smokey and the Bandit looks like an Oscar award-winning performance.
I think
it was coherent.
This came first, then he learned, and sort of, I think, Smokey and the Bandit was...
No, Smokey and the Bandit came
Was it first?
Was
Did
in
it?
77.
Oh.
And this is in 81.
Yeah, this is what he's learned from Smokey and the Bandit.
We were just riding that wave.
Yeah.
And there was a degeneration of alcohol and drugs that were clouding everyone's judgment.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. It's like all the drivers are drinking.
Every scene had drinking.
Terry Bradshaw
had like
scene. 75 cases of beer in the back of that car, which I don't know how they could get over 60 miles an hour with all the weight of beer in that
400 pounds
car.
of beer in the back.
They landed a plane to get more beer.
Yeah, like a bag of chips.
It reminded me of my Uncle John and his good friend Skinny. So when you ask him how long it took him to get from Minneapolis to Chicago, he says about 2 cases.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Oh my God.
It doesn't get better than that.
Well, yeah. Well. Anyway, it was outstanding for its just horrible.
So, well, do you guys remember seeing it for the first time? None of us were old enough, except Joel, to have seen it in the theater.
Joel? Really? Really? You're going to go there?
I haven't seen this movie in easily 35 years.
Oh.
So it's been forever and a day. I have a vague recollection of watching it when it was on television.
Yeah.
Not even like a videotape. It was television. And I remember the blooper reel at the end, the credits, more than I remembered the movie.
Probably everyone
It was on
does.
TV. I think a friend of mine, their parents had it on VHS, and we watched it, whatever.
Yeah.
And the blooper reel was why you watched it.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well,
yeah,
and that was always the Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise thing, whether it was Smoking the Bandit or The End, my personal favorite of their movies. The blooper reel is where it's at. Well, really, Dom DeLuise's blooper reel with Mel Brooks. Anybody?
Yeah.
So 81.
Jolie.
And I do think, and I think we could probably debate this, there was a glimmer, every so often, there was a glimmer of a little bit of a Marx Brothers / Rat Pack patter that Burt Reynolds, like he would shine through occasionally.
Yeah.
Where you could see there was a little bit of a,
Totally.
Agreed. And then there was like a weird sound effect that would like randomly get thrown into
they put in cartoon sound effects in this thing out of nowhere.
Well, how about the credits in the beginning? They had the Paramount. Was it Paramount or
20th Century Fox?
And they had the cars and
Well, apparently 20th Century Fox was at first like totally against that because it was desecrating their logo, and then they're like, I guess people will like it. So
somebody paid them off or something. I don't know.
Whatever. But
I also thought that I do want to say there was a few asides that were kind of in the Marx Brother tradition. There was a little bit of Rat Pack patter, and I don't mean Dean and Sammy. I just mean more of Burt, and he definitely does have a charm. One thing I thought that was kind of interesting is, like, if you think about all the stars in this movie and the way they did it, it's definitely like you can see the influence of things like Love Boat with all the guest stars. Fantasy Island. Even, like, remember Love American Style, where they would have the three sort of storylines going, but they always had the guest stars.
Oh my God, that show! I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and even some of that Rat Pack. But every single actor had the most wooden delivery in this movie. It was unbelievable. Burt Reynolds is clearly a star.
They didn't have time for second takes. They were just 36 days, man. Let's go.
And you can totally see Dom DeLuise is just making up some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot how. I mean, there's such a charming element of Dom DeLuise that I kind of forgot about. And I'm going to say, I always pictured him being heavier.
Oh my God! The exact same thing. I was like, I look at him and I'm like, he's really not that fat.
Yeah.
Or maybe we have just as a nation gotten so fat that it's no longer.
70s fat and 2020 fat is way different.
It's two totally different things.
True. I mean,
totally
I'm
agree.
70s fat right now. I'm 2020 fat right now. Let's just be honest with that.
It was so as I was rewatching the movie, I was like, oh, he's pretty funny.
He's good.
In the movie, and yes, I think there was a lot of improv. At the beginning, when he was talking about the hamsters at his home, I'm like, is this what this character is going to be all about? Like, I had completely forgotten what was going on.
There's zero context to the Captain Chaos.
Right.
Like, there's no mention of it, and all of a sudden, dun, dun, dun. Like,
Right.
What is this? This came out of nowhere.
Don't for a second think that dun 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 isn't going to be happening for the next 2 months at our house.
Good God.
Dun, dun, dun.
Out of control.
All right, another thing that kind of struck me is at one point they did do something about said something about the president, and he did a Nixon impression.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Ooh,
and
that guy.
I thought about it. I'm like,
Mad Dog.
In my lifetime, that was a thing up until probably 1990. Like, people still would do, I am not a crook. And now we've had, since 1990, every president has been so insane that we no longer even, it's lost its impact. But that, Nixon had some lasting power.
There was one, like, Halloween mask that would never get thrown out of my house for years and years.
Mask.
The Nixon mask was always available everywhere. You could find it constantly.
But it was like, that was such a deep part of the culture. Like, people would reference it all the time.
The other thing I noticed, the obsession in the mid to late 70s and obviously into the early 80s for country and western culture.
Oh, well, yeah, that was a trend.
All the hats and buckles and cowboy boots in New Jersey. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, there was some guy that had overalls on that looked like the seersucker pattern.
Right.
Like, what is that? There was a whole country element to that guy in New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, there was an urban cowboy thing happening at that time, I think.
That's a good movie.
So I will, to add to that, though, the early 80s ladies' garments of the shiny unitards that were worn were ridiculous.
That's coming back, right, Joel?
Oh my God. It's insane.
It was insane.
It was so ridiculous. The boobs flying around.
There were a lot. There were a lot.
But every part of this movie, we need a whole section of this conversation dedicated to the sexism and racism.
Oh.
And every ism.
It was just fun. It was just fun. Just good, clean fun.
Oh my God! What I mean, the shit that they would say to these women.
I mean, the outfits.
Oh yeah.
And how about even every time Jackie Chan would come on the screen, they'd have the music.
I don't want to step on the trivia part, but he is Chinese.
Yeah.
Right.
His character is Japanese for some reason.
Yeah.
And he was very upset.
He's very upset. He is speaking Japanese in the movie. He's speaking Chinese, not Japanese. Because it doesn't matter. They're just
then
Asian,
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm sure they use a different word.
Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees. Look at these.
That's in the outtakes, I think.
Well, but I mean, everybody had to have been distracted by Farrah Fawcett in that one scene where her nipples were so
God. They had to have prosthetic nipples.
There's
on her.
no way. Joel didn't notice.
Oh my God!
Oh no! I noticed. I don't think they're fake though.
Hey Google.
Of course I noticed. I mean, I was 10 years old when I first saw the movie.
It was like another character in that scene. Like it was so ridiculous what was happening there.
That's why her poster was so happening in the 70s.
And then, of course, the priest was a flasher. Because that was always another narrative that was going on.
That was a big deal.
The flasher. Did you guys catch the Sean Killicami O'Scanlan banner?
Mm-hmm.
God, guns, and guts keep us safe from the hippie nuts. Yeah, there's a lot of.
I definitely saw that.
Just put the name Ted Cruz in there. And What's the difference?
I don't know if you care about Law and Order. Oh.
Take a look.
Sorry.
We got it. So, Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score was for Cannonball Run? Audience first, and then the critics.
Okay, audience.
What would the audience give this masterpiece of cinema?
I'm gonna say 65.
I was gonna say 68. Yeah.
Joel?
75.
Ooh. It's Farrah Fawcett.
The audience gave it a fresh score of 61.
Ooh,
just so we were in the
below 60. It's rotten.
Yeah,
so just by the skin of its teeth. What did the critics give it?
37. Sorry,
32.
12.
Wow. Critics score of 30%.
Wow.
It's rotten.
It's
really. Yeah, it's not great.
I said barely a movie. Cannonball Run finished third at the box office in 1981.
Get out of here, really?
What were the other movies?
Please tell.
Ready?
You have the list? All right.
Oh, I have the list. Number one, first place with 108 million, Superman 2.
Ooh.
2?
Zod.
Oh my God.
Not even Superman, Superman 2.
Wow, that's number one in 81.
81.
Ow.
Number 2?
When was Superman? 80?
Yeah.
Maybe 79.
Yeah, 79.
Number 2 with 85 million, Stripes. Solid.
Yeah.
Great. Now that's a movie that holds up.
Wrong.
Number 3, Cannonball Run. Number 4, For Your Eyes Only, James Bond. Number 5, The Four Seasons.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that
I
one.
don't know that.
Number 6, Excalibur.
Four Seasons was
We don't care.
Was Alan Alda and Carol Burnett.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number 7, History of the World, Part 1.
Oh, a little Mel Brooks action.
Number 8, Bustin' Loose.
Oh my God.
That was a good movie.
Number 9,
Let's write up Joel's alley.
The Great Muppet Caper.
Oh,
no.
Greatest movie ever.
Yes.
Greatest movie.
So number 9 got 31 million.
Wow.
Down from 108 for number 1.
Charles Grodin in that movie is fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant.
Number 10, Endless Love.
Endless love.
So, Cannonball Run, number 3.
Wow.
I wish we would have watched the end. That's a movie I'd like to go back and watch again.
I've never seen it.
I can't find it on streaming. I can't find it.
Whoever owns these movies,
Hey, let's go see if Tina's mom still has a Betamax.
maybe Timber does.
He might. He might have Dina's Betamax at his mom's house.
All right. On to trivia. We talked about some of this. This movie was originally planned as an action movie
Well, it was an action movie.
starring Steve McQueen.
Oh my God.
After Steve McQueen's death, the lead went to Burt Reynolds, turning it into a comedy.
Yeah.
I wonder...
Was Burt Reynolds really... Did he go on the strength of comedy? Like, I don't know that I recall that being
point,
his...
not really.
Well, Smokey the Bandit, I think.
I guess, but...
But yeah, I mean, I read about the Steve McQueen, and it's interesting how, I mean, it was a serious car racing movie until he died. And they're like, crap, what
because it was about the real Cannonball Run, and
I mean,
the writer and director had both competed in it and did the whole thing.
Well,
and then they just made the slapstick comedy, and they're like, let's get Burt Reynolds and pay him, what, $5 million?
Oh my God.
Really? 5?
Well, he had already done the Playgirl thing by then, so he was definitely part of the culture at that point.
He had that sexy tank top on at the beginning.
Yeah, and the stash.
So that was just in general. I didn't realize until we were preparing for this to watch this movie that was a real race. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. It still pops up now and then. They redo it, but it's.
I would like to mention also. Sorry to interrupt. That. How did you guys watch the movie? Did you find it on streaming?
I bought the DVD.
You bought the DVD.
I had to.
We made it.
Doesn't exist on streaming.
And bought this.
Well, I too saw it on DVD, but it came straight out of Joel Riley's collection of DVDs.
Great. Wow,
so we have been
Joel.
holding this.
Wow, this treasure
in our library. For all these years.
You have like an original pressing of this.
Yeah, Joel. When did you invest in the DVD?
Jeez.
What year was that? No, well, they didn't even have DVDs then.
Oh, was it?
Probably in college?
Yeah. All right.
He found it in the bargain bin.
What?
For $3.
Okay, the ambulance used in the movie is the actual ambulance that Hal Needham and screenwriter Brock Yates souped up and raced in the Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I guess he saved a few bucks there.
Yeah, and they apparently like auctioned it off or something like that for charity and raised a bunch of money.
All the cars in here, you can tell, are like borrowed and cast members' cars. They spent no money on this movie. Whatever they could get their hands on.
I can't remember which one it was. Like the Ferrari or the Lamborghini was the directors also.
Okay, I don't want to get... This movie is based on a series of real races, started by Brock Yates, who is the screenwriter.
Brock Yates, that's a hell of a name.
He was the editor of Car and Driver magazine.
So, did you read anything? I didn't find anything about this. The ridiculousness of like crashing through walls and like jumping cars into a swimming pool, and
when those knuckleheads crash into the hotel lobby for no reason,
why?
What is that?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm trying to. I was just wondering. Like, did something happen where, in some wacky race, that somebody had an accident and crashed through the front of the hotel or something like that? Because it's just unnecessary.
I think for the 70s, story. It was directed by.
I think Hal Needham just wanted to do some stunts.
I guess fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you catch the actual original name of the Cannonball race?
I did. I don't know if I wrote it down here, though. It's
What is it?
10 words long or something.
Yeah.
Rally.
No.
It's the
a different
Cannonball Baker Sea to Shining Sea Memorial Trophy Dash.
one. Rolls
What the
off
fuck
the
is
tongue.
that? So
Does that spell a word? Like if you take the first letter of each word? I mean,
I don't know.
what's happening there?
Movie
But
magic.
yeah, I don't know what it was just a very odd name.
This was one of Jackie Chan's first appearances in a U.S. movie. I think it's the first. I can't imagine.
I think it is too.
Appeared, yeah.
Yeah,
How about also in the scene that's supposed to be like the Japanese Johnny Carson?
Yeah.
They're speaking. Who knows if it was Chinese or Japanese based on what you said earlier?
Yeah.
And all you can hear is like they speak to the woman. You get the indication that she's an actress, and then you hear Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course. What other movie would there be but Godzilla for an Asian person?
It's so insane.
Oh my god. So this was Jackie Chan's first movie, and Jackie at the end of his movies includes bloopers and outtakes of in every movie he does because of what.
Really?
In this movie,
Oh, that's
bloopers
funny.
that were at the end.
Oh, that's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, we talked about him being pissed about
This movie has such an
Chinese.
influence on the careers of major movie stars.
Well, yeah, Burt Reynolds became the highest paid actor in cinema history up to that point with a payday of $5 million for 4
I mean, you
weeks
think
of
about
work.
$5 million in 81 is
4
a
weeks.
chunk of change. That's a lot of
$5
money.
million a month, basically. Is what, I mean, I'm sure he did other movies that
Yeah,
year.
it's the promotion.
yeah.
I'm sure he worked harder on promoting the movie than making the movie.
I'm sure his name is what got it made, right? Yeah.
All of it, yeah.
Okay. Victor, Dom DeLuise, tells JJ, Burt Reynolds, that it is a good thing they have a doctor on board in case someone gets swamp fever. This is a reference to Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Yes, I saw that.
Where Dom played a doctor that Burt picked up, and he was treating a patient for swamp fever. Yeah.
Also, Victor did mention that the shrink that he'd been involved with was smoking bananas.
I heard that. Hilarious.
What? That shrink is smoking bananas.
And then he was committed.
Right, that's what, that he was committed, yeah.
This movie was made on a different planet.
Absolutely.
So
much
great.
drugs was involved?
Throughout the race, every now and then you can see a black Trans Am that appears. Mm-hmm. And that's obviously a homage to the Smokey the Bandit.
But he makes a comment around that, doesn't he? Are you getting to that? Sorry.
No, I was. This is where we would talk about it. I mean, he says like, "Oh, we could get a black Trans Am." Nah, it's been done.
Nah,
before.
that's been done. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all picked up on that little cute. Trick.
Oh yeah. Dom DeLuise's character Victor Prinzim was named after Vic Prinzi, a friend and former college football teammate of Burt Reynolds at Florida State. Burt Reynolds was a halfback at FSU.
You always forget about that.
I know.
Because he got injured.
I know he was at Florida State, but I always forget what his position was. What he did. Yeah. I always want to say quarterback because of the longest yard, but no.
That's a great movie too.
Nick Nolte, also a former football player.
Nick Nolte, really?
Yeah.
The only thing I found with casting issues was Don Rickles. Don Rickles was originally cast as Fenderbaum before
the Sammy
Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, he would have been great.
I found no other casting information.
I found one that was Jacqueline Smith was supposed to be,
of course,
Farrah's character, but there's no
nipple.
No final confirmation why she backed out, but she was approached. She said, "Yes, I'm interested," and then it just fell apart. So they got Farrah.
Yeah, then they found out they could get Farrah, and they said, "Bye, Jackie."
Yeah, right. She's a bigger star, right?
So one of the things I looked up, but I could not get an answer.
Farrah's poster came out in the intervening months, and they said, "We need the rust-colored."
Why don't you go get that broad?
So one of the
broad.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So one of the pieces of trivia I was hoping was out there, and I searched specifically for this question, and there was no answer for it, is how many slaps are there in this movie?
Oh my
because
God.
everybody is getting slapped.
Yeah.
Sammy Davis gets slapped a half a dozen times.
Dom DeLuise. Like, everybody's getting slapped.
Yeah. Burt Reynolds gets slapped a couple times,
Yes,
I think.
everybody gets a slap at some point.
Somebody should slap
the other thing, and Brendan, if you had to have noticed it, Dr. Van Helsing's middle finger is the longest digit I have ever seen in my whole life.
The proctologist.
He points with that finger, and it is ginormous.
It is the longest finger I've ever seen in my life. It's approximately 10 inches.
That guy.
It's so.
Hey,
giant.
JJ, should I start the?
Should I start dancing now? Yeah, they were getting ready to date rape in the back of that.
I know, exactly. There was a lot.
Happen.
It was the whole thing with her getting kidnapped in that van is. It can only take place in 81. It could not take place now. But
I have my note here that says "braless wonder" in the Cannonball Pub, but you already highlighted that. But they kidnapped her and drugged her into the ambulance.
Mm-hmm. And then I love how he's drinking.
California, here we come.
You gave me laughing gas. Oh, you gave me laughing gas. Oh.
He's like, did you? He's like,
you gave me a roofie. And I woke up with no pants on.
I don't know if it went that far.
What happened to my skirt?
Joel, we're going to film a remake of this.
Aw, you guys. I just love trees.
Oh, that was ridiculous. I mean, they made her sound so ignorant.
And like
I guess that was
your brains out.
But oh my word!
Like, you could have just made her a hitchhiker, or something, and it would have been fine. Like, I don't know why the whole sidetrack of the trees and the guy with the
so she could wear glasses and play against type.
Yeah.
Those tinted glasses were.
So that is
a decade specific.
Yeah. Those glasses
eyewear.
were this big.
Yeah,
they're giant and tinted, with the transition lens. Almost.
I wish I had them. They were gorgeous. I'm like, I need those in my life. Mm-hmm. I need that with my Mrs. Roper's dress.
You can have them be your transition lenses or progressive lenses.
I'm embracing my age at this point.
I don't have anything else if we want to dive into recast or bait.
I would like to just make a comment with Roger Moore.
Oh,
yeah,
Roger.
he makes the comment, "Mom, you're too Jewish." He said that
was
to his
weird
own
too.
mother.
Yeah,
that was
again,
bizarre.
There's so many odd statements. You're like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
Sammy,
I was also distracted by the AstroTurf around the pool.
Yes,
that whole setup was weird, and it was like in a desert.
I didn't even understand.
California.
He was Jewish, but he's playing that he wasn't. And they lived in Bel Air, and he was costing her a fortune, and I don't know what was going on. Sammy, when we know Dean and Sammy both dressed up as priests, that was their cover.
Should have been Methodists.
Right.
But the best lines.
He pulls out his Star of David, and the background music is Hava Nagila. I was like, oh my God.
In 1980, they had never heard of On the Nose yet.
Yeah.
So
Dean Martin looked like he was hammered or stoned during the whole film.
Yeah.
Like when they're in that betting hall and they first show him for the first time, I'm like, that guy's been up for 3 days.
I bet he was stoned too. I read once, or I heard this once. Apparently I have not read it, but there is a great biography about Dean Martin called Dino, I think. And all those times on stage with the drinking, he was not drinking.
Right, it was like apple juice or something.
Yeah. And so he probably was stoned.
Yeah. I mean, he did not look his chipper best in that movie.
No, he looks a little
red and puffy and
I mean, he's like 65 or something in that movie. So.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I'm looking at these guys, and they're all, you thought they were 100 when you were watching them as a kid. And, they were probably...
Burt Reynolds is like 45.
He's probably 38 in that movie, or so. I don't know. We'll have to look it up. But, it's just bizarre.
Sammy Davis Jr. had like 25% of his body weight of gold and jewelry on in that movie. And that necklace, I said it to Brendan while we were watching, I'm like, is that a watch necklace? Like, I couldn't quite tell what was happening, but I'm like, if it was a watch, how would he tell what time it is? So it couldn't be it, but definitely a lot of bling.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny. The Hava Nagila playing Mom, You're Too Jewish. What else? The Johnny Carson show with the Godzilla movie and that. What else did we have?
Well, what was the so-and-so the Greek? Was the Jimmy the Greek? Yeah.
Well, and
but he was
shortly after this movie, he was outed as like a wild racist and was knocked off of CBS or whatever he was.
Yeah. But he was totally embedded in the popular culture by that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And he used to do his betting on the what was it? The Sunday football games.
Yeah. But it was he was a staple of.
And you would see who he picked.
But I like though that they used him kind of in that role though. You know, I mean there was something about all of the characters that they picked. They're really sort of playing themselves.
Yes,
they were all like
it's not really acting.
To me, like, they were all friends. They all knew each other from the circles they ran in. With Dean and whoever in Las Vegas and Burt Reynolds with the Hollywood connection, and then the stunt guy, and then they're of course involved in gambling, so they know Jimmy the Greek, and like just a bunch of. It's like Ocean's 11.
It is
a bunch
a little,
yeah.
Only they were good, and that was a good story.
Right. It was a story.
I've never watched the original Ocean's 11. Was Sammy Davis Jr. in that?
I don't know if Sammy
I don't know. He might have been.
Dean was.
Right.
And Sinatra,
and
of course.
Frank, yeah.
Right.
So probably. I don't know. Didn't they do everything together?
I mean, that's what I feel like. Yeah. That whole crew was together.
All right. Are we recasting here?
Yeah, I'll wait for Joel to get back.
Are you paused? Are you going to cut
I'll just cut it out.
Oh. Yeah, my son has discovered that you can make an announcement on Alexa.
I know. What was that? Like, I saw him do an announcement to you when I walked in. Like, what is that?
You say an Alexa announcement, and then you can say it, and then it broadcasts on all the. We have several Alexas.
Right, that's cool.
So like he goes, "Mom, Aunt Tina's downstairs,"
and then I can make a phone call from Alexa.
So what was he just saying?
The dog has figured out, or he slips the cone up and he gets caught in his mouth.
Oh.
And
make it tighter.
Yes. Well, he
gets probably like nervous too.
Because I made it pretty tight.
Right.
The last time. Yeah, but I looked out the window and Fran was like, I'm like, something going on.
By the way, Robbie is coming.
Is he?
He's missing most of it.
He said, I'm just leaving. Don't wait for me. I'm like, don't worry.
We're not.
We're not.
Later, dude.
I'm enjoying this conversation. This is great. This is awesome. I wish I was like you. Like, did you say you were like 11 when you saw the last time you saw the movie? Like, that's probably very close to
we can pop it in.
We should have done used cars.
I tried to
almost thought about bringing it.
DVD work out here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take a look at it.
he was trying to make it work.
Yeah.
I lost me.
I'm not Johnny.
Yeah.
Technical.
Well, yes, you are.
Yeah, we walked it way upstairs.
Believe me, compared to
watched it way
Joel,
upstairs.
you are definitely.
You have a second TV. I mean, Joel's doing fine. All right, it's a recasting debate.
Better close the door. It's time to recasturbate.
It is recasting.
I'm so excited to hear your ideas.
I can't wait for this. I got a couple really good ones.
So we talked about this earlier, and I think we both think the best way to go about this is to group them by the cars, like the duos or trios or whatever. So we're gonna do like JJ and
like who's in the ambulance, who's in the Ferrari.
Okay.
We'll do
fair enough.
The Dean and Sammy characters together. We'll just talk about them.
I have some ideas
as groups.
I will say I was very nervous about this because my brother suggested that Brendan will get very angry if you don't cast in the right age.
No. It's just
this one I think is different. This I think is a little bit different.
This is a tougher one for age anyway. But
so I had trouble with that. Like, how old are they?
I always
Michelle,
look up
first
the
of all,
age.
Brendan will be angry at about everything. So that really, you should have filtered that out to not really worry about it.
What I get mad about with Rob is because Rob will have 16 different versions for like each one. I'm like, dude.
Well, I do have multiple. I have multiple.
Yeah, multiple is fine.
Okay. So do we want to start from the top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's start with Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise.
JJ and Victor.
JJ McClure and Victor Prinzham.
I have 2 duos, and they are a pair. Both of mine are a pair together. My backup would be, because they appeared in a movie together already, Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah,
I think
that's good.
They fit that mold already.
Yeah. Brad Pitt's too
old.
He's a little old, but he is
too old.
He is still handsome enough.
He's 55.
He looks younger than Burt Reynolds.
Only to your 2021 eye.
How old was Burt Reynolds?
He wasn't 55.
He was 45.
I bet you he wasn't even 45.
I don't think so.
I bet he was 40.
How much?
I don't want to.
See.
Wait, what?
I bet Burt Reynolds is 45.
All right, no, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I bet it was 47.
Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, fine.
47 was
okay.
the
The one I'm going
I
with.
do like the Jonah Hill. That's a cute.
The one I'm going with, again, they are a duo. Is Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, very nice.
That's a good one.
Zach Galifianakis is a good
They already appeared in a movie
Yeah.
together. I like them as a duo.
Yeah.
They fit the characters. That's what I'm going with.
That's a good one.
So for me, I kind of played around a bit with genders.
Good, I did that too.
I
Not on this one,
tried
but
to
other
play
ones.
with race, and I didn't get very far with that.
So I've got as my number 3 pair is Chris Evans and Kate McKinnon.
I wanted to put her in somewhere. I never did.
Chris Evans? Oh, I know. Got it.
Captain America, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Second pairing is Michael B. Jordan and Eric Andre.
I don't know who they are.
Eric Andre. That's a funny one.
And then my favorite, by a long shot, is Ryan Reynolds and Melissa McCarthy.
That's great.
Okay.
I also had Ryan Reynolds, but not Melissa McCarthy.
Got it.
But yeah, go ahead. That's
Ryan
funny.
Reynolds is a good one.
So not to be sexist, but we're talking about 2 men playing 2 male roles.
Yeah, but you could recast it as women.
Yeah. I mean, that's why the Ghostbusters, remake was so good. With women.
So good.
We've done this.
Watch it a couple times and you will appreciate it more.
I haven't seen it.
You know I'm being funny just to get your goat going.
Thanks for me.
Anywho, so moving on.
It's going to be terrible later.
Since we're doing pairs, I had Chris Pine as Burt
Oh.
and Jonah Hill.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I like that. Chris
Yeah, that's
Pine
good.
more age appropriate than Brad Pitt.
And then Josh Duhamel, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
And a fat Paul Rudd. And Paul Rudd put on like 40 pounds.
That's actually
I think it would be
good.
perfect.
That's really good.
Because he's got
that whole beginning
dumb,
scene with the hamsters and Captain
I can totally
Chaos
see Paul Rudd
would
doing
be
that.
great.
Paul Rudd's got to go to Italy and pull a De Niro.
Right.
Eat pasta for 3 months.
I wouldn't have thought that, but
So,
that's interesting.
So those are the 2 pairs I have.
All right,
for
that's
that.
good.
Well, I have a few individuals and then
Okay.
one pair that I thought would
All
be
right.
kind of fun. So for the Burt Reynolds character, I considered Ryan Reynolds because he's got that sort of smug. Jake Johnson, do you know who he is?
Oh, yeah.
He was in The New Girl.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
from Chicago.
Yeah.
He was in The New Girl,
Yeah.
and he's kind of got that same
Yeah, that's really
thing.
good. That's really good. I would
I
cast him in
also
anything.
thought that Damon Wayans could be a funny Burt Reynolds.
Damon
character.
Wayans.
I didn't think about it.
Junior. Yeah, Junior.
I had him at one point on my list.
I thought he could be funny. He's got that charming reparee.
Both guys.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in The New Girl as well?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
He was. They
Yeah.
were both in it. Yeah, that's right. And then actually, my sort of outlier here was Ashton Kutcher could play that role, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a little charming.
Does he even act anymore?
Yeah.
He's just invested.
And then my single choices for the Dom DeLuise, Victor Prinzham character were Andy Richter
Oh, that's really good.
and Kyle Gass from
Yeah.
Tenacious
Oh,
D.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do agree that I think Zach Galifianakis is
I like Zach.
So the one duo I considered for these as a team were Bob Odenkirk and David Cross.
That's interesting. Which is
Bob Odenkirk would be Burt Reynolds.
I think it could be either or.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can
or.
swap that pretty quick.
Well, that's true too. But I thought they would be a very fresh take on this.
I want David Cross to also be a never nude from Arrested Development. That's
Short shorts.
Holy cow, that's a good one.
So what did we decide we liked the best?
Oh, there's no best.
Okay.
There's no winner in these.
I think Ryan Reynolds is a good one to that. Yeah, I really do. I think Ryan Reynolds and Zach Galifianakis, in my opinion, are the best choices. Yeah.
Let's move on to Jamie Blake and Morris Fenderbaum, the Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. characters.
Oh my God! This is where I went a little.
I went off the rails on this one too.
I again have like duos and pairs who have appeared in movies together.
From Peanut Gallery, I gotta tell you guys, I'm excited about this.
So yeah, all mine have appeared in movies together as duos again. So just for the sake of the black-white dynamic maintaining, I've got George Clooney and Don Cheadle.
Okay. Yep.
And Don Cheadle played Sammy Davis.
Yep. Right.
That's my number 3.
Yeah.
Too easy.
That's a little too on the nose, I think.
My number 2 is Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
I love them.
I'm going to go with that one.
That could work.
The one I like, I think I like the best. It doesn't have any sort of racial dynamic whatsoever. And they're probably too old, but who cares? Steve Martin and Martin Short. Those are the guys I want to see.
That's a nice duo. That's good. Creative.
So for me, I kind of looked at this 2 different ways. One, I kind of thought about 2 musicians, like people that are popular in music, and then I looked for people who are odd couple friends in real life.
Oh, this is gonna be
so
good.
Odd couple friends.
Yeah. So I've got. I can't even decide who I like best.
Rob Nash and Mike Cross?
No, I've got Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
nice duo.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. It's a good one.
That's a good duo. I like it.
I've got. So apparently, also Bette Midler and 50 Cent are friends.
What?
So I've got those 2. And then the musician pair, and he is also a podcast favorite. I've got Donald Glover and Dave Grohl.
Oh,
that would be great. That's unexpected and creative. I like
Donald
that.
Glover. He always pops up no matter.
But I like Dave Grohl kind of in this.
Yeah, you went musical for sure.
Great casting.
That's cool.
What'd you choose, Joel?
Well, these 2 were last minute thoughts or ads due to the
coronavirus.
Yes, I'm gonna blame COVID. Fuck you, COVID. But these 2 are definitely, I think, stole the movie. So I'm biased because I love the Rat Pack and blah blah and all that. But I think Sammy Davis Jr. was outstanding in this. And Dean Martin was classic.
Fuck Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah.
This is a shining
I love the
moment.
idea that Sammy Davis Jr. was outstanding in this movie.
I think he was. He was just. Anyways.
I like him too.
But yeah, I mean, I'll go like singles and you can pair them up as you will. But like Sammy Davis Jr., I had Zac Efron.
What?
Because he just like.
Did you just say Zac Efron?
Because
doppelgangers.
Jesus.
I mean,
are you hearing this?
High School Musical, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's goofy from like Neighbors, you know. Anyways.
All right.
And he's in his
I'm with you.
mid-60s. He's in his mid-60s for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And the second one I had was
almighty.
Tom Hanks.
Tommy Hanks?
Yeah. No. Tom Hanks as Sammy Davis.
As Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Most memorable shit I've ever heard in my life.
Which one is what's a kid with the 6-pack? What's his name?
Zac Efron.
Which one is Zac Efron?
No, they're both Sammy Davis Jr.
No, they're both. Oh,
they're both Santa.
Either or.
Yeah. And
So
then
we either go Tom Hanks
Very easy
or someone
swap
that would
out.
be his literal grandson.
Christ.
Perfect.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
And then Dean Martin, I had Bradley Cooper.
Interesting.
Or
Or The Rock.
Gotta drop them in there.
Wow. Apparently, we're just doing randoms.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like, yes. I would
Andre the
definitely say
Giant or Kevin Hart.
Random black eye.
All right, what else you got there, Riley?
And then I had Shia, what's his last name?
Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, well, he could go
He
back
actually could be in this movie somewhere.
He could work in this movie in a number of
Yeah,
ways.
where else could he work
He's in the
movie?
pickup truck, I think.
Because I kind of just threw him in.
The pickup truck could be good, actually.
He's in the bed.
Yeah.
He's not in the cab.
Oh, my God.
He's in the
that's
short bus.
funny.
And you, my
Zac
dear?
Efron.
Well, I
Sammy
only
Davis
had one
Jr.
choice. It was a duo. And I chose Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's actually really good. That's actually really good.
Like it.
I thought they could be really
I
funny.
like
you know?
Lily
play off
Tomlin.
each other,
I don't
yeah.
know about fun.
Well, they're
Well,
not
they're
Frank
together.
and Gracie.
Yeah.
They're kind
Yeah,
of
I
a
know,
duo.
I know.
You know, they're kind of a.
They've been in.
They're
what was
older.
it, 9 to 5?
All right.
You know, they're funny
Oh, 9 to
comedic
5.
actors.
Weren't they in
All
9 to
right.
5?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next. This one's a single. Ooh, yeah. The Farrah Fawcett character.
Oh.
I struggle with this one.
I struggle with this one too.
Oh, not me. I mean,
No, Joel did.
My backup is just a throwaway because, as you mentioned, she's just there for every female lead we think about. Jennifer Lawrence.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
She's our default so often.
I don't see her.
No.
She's not bimbo enough.
The only one I like for this was Margot Robbie.
That's who I chose.
Yeah.
I have her
too.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I chose Margot Robbie.
I had Margot
I've
Robbie.
I
got,
couldn't
yeah.
even find a third place that I liked. So, yeah,
I've
who cares?
got Kate Upton.
Oh, that could work. That could work.
Dakota Johnson. She's come up a couple
before.
times for me. And then the one I think I like the best is Bella Thorne.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I don't like her. I don't think she's
She's
bimbo-y
skank
enough.
material.
I think she can-
Farrah
I
had to
think
be
she can
all
play it, yeah.
American.
I haven't seen
Angel.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
So my favorite was Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
Because she
I got her
is-
somewhere else.
Okay. Because I think she has that American but slutty.
I think Kate Upton.
American but slutty by Joel.
Just say
That's
like
on my resume.
LinkedIn profile.
Michelle, can you send over your CV?
LinkedIn profile.
American but slutty.
American but slutty.
Enter.
Hired.
Hired. You're in.
Oh my god.
That's my biography.
Tales of Michelle Riley story. American and slutty. That's all we can. Make sure you say that at my funeral.
It's on your tombstone.
Done.
Done and done.
Listen, I think you guys are all missing the mark on this one. I'm going to interject.
Oh, good.
For the Farrah
from the
Fawcett.
peanut
Yeah.
gallery.
All right.
Michael Cross special.
What are we
There are
missing?
a couple of choices here,
I want to hear them. Yeah.
and they're both way better than I
Are they
think we've
American
heard.
and slutty? 'Cause that's the front runner right
Apparently.
now.
100% on one of them. The other one's American, maybe slutty, but definitely annoying. Which one would you like first, the horror or the annoying one?
I always go with the horror.
The horror.
The horror will survive.
The horror, and the perfect choice for this is Britney Spears.
Oh.
Poor
I take
Britney.
offense to you calling her a whore.
She's not in my movie.
No. I saw the documentary, and now I'm Team Britney.
She's
Me
not
too.
in my movie.
Free
I haven't
Britney.
seen it. Well, I kind of saw
All right, so who
Could
else?
not care less.
Chrissy
about Britney.
Teigen.
Oh, Chrissy Teigen's a great choice. Is that Dina's choice?
Yeah.
That was mine.
Take credit, girl. That's
That
a
was
great
mine,
choice.
yeah.
She would be great at that. That's a good one.
She's annoying as hell.
She's the most annoying person
On the
going on
planet.
here?
Maybe on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she is who she is. Whatever. I'm not a Chrissy
she's
Teigen
annoying.
apologist, but she would play that dumb.
I think so.
You don't have to apologize for her because she's the most probably the most annoying person.
Oh, God.
My God.
I think she's funny.
Daisy Fuentes is annoying.
I'm glad you do. You know who does? You know who doesn't think? You know who doesn't think Chrissy Teigen's funny?
John Legend.
He's probably a guy with a gun in his mouth most of the time.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God. That's
Wow,
so
Michael.
mean.
All right.
Bringing it down too much.
All right,
Back on
Roger.
track. Back on track.
I got one for Roger.
All right, we're getting there.
Have you seen her?
Zip it. Seymour Goldfarb Jr.
Who's that?
Roger Moore.
Oh.
Seymour Goldfarb.
I've got.
I think there's only two answers, and it's Roger Moore. I mean, it's Daniel Craig or Pierce Brosnan.
So, see, right. So
I'm going Pierce Brosnan.
No. So I had Daniel Craig, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went with different actions series. I went with Matt Damon and I went with Keanu Reeves.
I thought about Damon.
Wow.
So Jason Bourne and
see,
I like Damon a lot.
I didn't go the 007 route. I just went the
I mean, I did originally in
the Great Poupon route.
But I went George Clooney.
Yeah,
handsome,
sure,
witty.
Sure.
Roger Moore is not handsome.
And Jason Statham.
Yeah,
I love Jason Statham.
That's a good call.
Good.
You know,
He's
because
a good comedic actor.
yeah,
as well.
he is.
He
I
has
mean,
a good
like every now and then,
Great.
he drops a good little. Whoa, he's funny.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
And
that.
my last one was Bruce Willis.
Two baldies.
Two baldies. Yeah.
I think Bruce could have done this 10 years ago.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
I chose two randoms, which you're probably not going to like these because I was not thinking about the 007. But
It's okay to go random.
Number one, Ben Platt.
I don't know who
I don't know
Who is that?
He's a very well-known Broadway actor. He's plays on The Politician on Netflix, which I love The Politician. If anyone wants to watch it, he is. Yeah. Anyway, he's just got that vibe for me, and also Joel McHale.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. I like that
I thought Joel McHale, formerly of The Soup,
Yep.
could be
Community.
good at that. Yeah, he's got that smarmy sort of like.
Oh, he exudes smarmy.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another. We're doing The Car.
Yep.
And that's Marcy Thatcher and Jill Rivers, names you never hear in the movie.
The Lamborghini.
Adrienne Barbeau and Tara Buckman.
Oh, I missed that one.
The chicks in the jumpsuits.
Yeah, we had to look their boobs up to see who that other chick was with Adrienne Barbeau.
Good boobs, though.
So
great boobs.
All of mine again are duos that have appeared together in movies. I grouped all of these. It just happened to work that way. My third place is they haven't been in a movie together, but the Mara sisters, Kate and Rooney Mara.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
That's why it's third place.
Okay.
This didn't. Forget my previous statement. They have not appeared in movies together.
Yeah.
Except for the first one. Kate Upton and Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, I thought about Megan Fox for a moment.
I did consider Megan Fox.
And then my number one, I think, is Kat Dennings and Beth Bears from the Two Broke Girls.
Yeah, that's who I
thought. I think that they fit in
that's good.
easily.
Kat Dennings is a good choice.
I chose Kat Dennings. I didn't do the duo.
No,
okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Al.
So I've got.
I mean, I did.
I've got three kind of pairings. So I've got Scarlett Johansson and Blake Lively together.
I tried.
That's good. They're both married to the same man.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm sure that would definitely happen. The first wife and the second wife.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Running cross country, that's fine.
Sure, yeah.
That works.
I've got
buddies.
I've got Brie Larson and Margot Robbie. But my favorite pairing is Beyonce and Rihanna.
I tried to find a place for Beyonce, and she was too powerful for these. I felt like these were kind of bimbos.
Don't shake your head at me.
No, I get it. Oh, that's a lot. It's a lot in that.
It's a lot of firepower in there.
Joel, what'd you have?
I did not have a pairing for.
Wow. I'll throw.
I had two.
Yeah, so Michael will step in.
Besides
Jane Krakowski.
Okay.
Oh, I love Jane Krakowski. Love
she's
her.
She's good tits. Another one.
Did you choose it? Dina, speak for yourself. Don't let him take your play.
She doesn't want to be involved in this.
Well, you're in it now.
Especially since I called Brittany.
Dina's
before.
like the one that just says,
That's exactly it.
I said that.
So what
Yes,
else?
and
There's
the
one
other?
more.
That was
Just two of them, twins.
All right.
Well, that's a good
Adrienne
choice.
Barbeau. Like that was.
I also chose, I had Kat Dennings. This is only for Adrienne Barbeau. I didn't do her little friend. I did Kat
not
Dennings.
little friend, but it was
Not so little.
Kat Dennings, Allison Brie, and Rose Byrne. I thought.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know who any of those people.
Rose Byrne is
Rose
really
Byrne
good.
doesn't
She
have the
should be in
boobs
this
for it,
movie.
though.
They've all. None of them had the boobs either. It's called a push-up
Oh, they had
bra.
'em.
That's how it works. You tape them up and they look great.
Yeah,
on
but not Rose
camera.
Byrne, though.
Hold
Anyways.
on. Adrienne Barbeau.
This is a problem with the male fantasy from the 70s and 80s. None of that is real.
See, I miss my calling.
I mean, look at Farrah's turbo nipples. That doesn't provide a lot of cleavage. It's more of the loosey-goosey.
Did anybody do any additional casting like The Sheik, Jamie Farr, Jackie Chan, Terry Bradshaw, and Mel Tillis? I didn't do any of those.
So I did the red Trans Am and I did the truck.
Go for
it.
So again, I'm kind of thinking of. I was sharing this with Brendan. I was kind of thinking about who are people I would want in this movie that would be a part of like a racing duo.
Aaron Rodgers.
So I like the idea of Tina Fey and Amy Poehler in a car.
I thought of it and I didn't find a spot for them.
That would be.
I think they're in the Trans Am. A pairing, Brendan, you should appreciate. I like Michael Cera and Kieran Culkin together in a car.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then in the Trans Am, number one choice for sure is Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Nice.
Oh, I did forget one character that we all should probably cast if we didn't. The Dr. Nicholas Van Helsing.
Oh, I've definitely got him. I've got him.
Yeah.
So I've got the truck before we get to Van Helsing.
Now, why don't you complete your...
Do the randoms.
So then
and
I've got
we'll
the
get into
truck.
Yeah.
Is Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake are definitely
That's a good
in the truck.
choice. That's a good choice.
And the other pairing that's in the truck is Blake Shelton and Adam Levine are in the truck.
They would definitely be in the remake because it would be like this, like all these like marketing opportunities.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
but they've been together on another show.
Yes.
So.
And they work well,
Do you have anyone else, Joey?
For Terry, I had to get Mark Wahlberg in here somehow.
Terry.
Yep.
And
Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg is,
Say hello to your mother for me.
He's a big dude. He's an athlete, if you will, just like Terry Bradshaw was.
A meathead.
And he's comedic, and I just think Mark Wahlberg would.
That's great.
Right in. And
Did you have a Mel Tillis stand-in?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're almost the same in
I was just going to say that.
Same
I was
person.
like, have we ever seen him in the same room?
You think about Matt Damon and what was that movie he did when he was You're Connected?
Jason Bourne.
No,
Matt Damon.
Same one.
They were the Siamese twins, conjoined twins.
Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
Matt Damon, had like a stutter and and
I figure Matt Damon and Mark
Ben
Wahlberg are just battling Boston accents.
There you go.
That's true.
Pack a car.
Yeah. A lot of that. Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
All right, I had
Pack a car there.
for the Burt Convy character.
Oh my god.
I chose Max Greenfeld, also from the New Girl.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
From the New Girl.
Schmidt, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know we were going to cast the Burt Convy character. That's a deep cut.
You guys, I got to tell you, I actually looked up Burt Convy because I'm like, wasn't that guy a game show host? He was, in fact, a game show host.
Was he the one in the suit that was riding the motorcycle?
In the beginning,
yes. And
That's
he
in the movie
was
for
like
no
a
reason.
best friend of Burt Reynolds,
Yeah.
and he did die rather young, actually. So anyway, they had a
Who was riding on the back of the motorcycle?
Burt and
with him?
Burt Productions, and then he died. The Jamie Farr character, I went out on a limb and chose Ike Barinholtz.
Oh, see, I would have put Sacha Baron Cohen in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yes.
I considered like never mind, I can't think of his name. Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt?
Indian kid.
Oh, Aziz Ansari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think, Sacha Baron Cohen is in this movie. I think I had considered Aziz Ansari at one point.
Is that
so?
you?
Oh my God.
Or is it Robert?
So.
Hey, Rob. Oh, sorry. So that's a good one. My other choices were for George Firth. I had
George Firth.
A.F. Hoyt.
The guy.
The guy who's trying to thwart the race.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had either Jim Gaffigan or Jack Black.
Gaffigan. I like Gaffigan.
For A.F. Hoyt.
Really?
Yeah. And then, so Ike Barinholtz for Jamie Farr. Peter Fonda character I had trouble casting. At first I thought Matthew McConaughey.
Peter Fonda?
Like, no.
How far are we down the list are we going?
I went with Dax Shepard on that one.
Deep cuts.
And then I didn't have a casting, but I thought Terry Crews would make a nice addition to this.
Oh, yeah.
The bald biker
Is he just
who's
flexing his
fighting?
pecs the whole time?
Just ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, never
Which
has a shirt on.
Insane. Like, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah, it's a great show.
He's the dumbest actor ever. Like, he sucks, but yet
He's great.
Yeah.
He's got a thing.
It works.
All right. Dr. Nicholas Van Helsing.
Oh, I got some good ones.
I have 3.
I've been waiting for this one.
I don't know who that is.
The doctor
with the fingers.
finger.
With the eyes that go 2 different directions.
Yeah.
My 2 fingers are not as long as one finger.
It was so distracting throughout the whole. I'm like, is that a prosthetic on the end of that thing? Like, what's happening?
No, that's
and
what
it's
he does.
always he's always pointing with the middle finger through the whole movie.
I know. He's like, hello.
He's out of his mind.
I'm a
proctologist. Go this way.
All right.
Hello.
I don't want to know where he found this doctor. I know, but the animals, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Sweet
So
mother.
stunt casting for this podcast, we do it all the time.
Right.
This person comes in, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Good work.
Definitely thought about
The
that.
real
Yeah.
ones I have are Nick Offerman. I think he could do
that's
it.
good. Yeah.
The one I like the best has already been said for somewhere else is Jack Black. I think Jack Black nails this character
Yes.
Okay.
with a prosthetic finger.
No, absolutely.
So I've got.
How did you not cast this guy, dum dum?
I cast Jack Shepard.
I can't decide.
You cast Fonda,
Right.
Peter Fonda, who's on screen for 4.5 seconds.
But he's a big name.
I know, but
I've got 3, and I don't know which one I like the best. So I've got Christopher Guest,
all right.
Sam Rockwell.
Christopher. How
did you not get Sam Rockwell
would be
in this?
amazing.
That's really. I think that's a really.
I love that actor.
I think he could
can
play
do no
some.
wrong.
Keep it down.
He can do no wrong.
He's so
in that
offbeat, and then Benicio del Toro.
Always love him.
He's good.
Always love him.
He's good. He's weird enough.
So I think, I mean, he's not going to do like the googly eyes, but he's going to. He's definitely going to play like a slow talker kind of.
Oh, he'll go out and
creep
method
show.
it up. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
He's going to be
they
a creeper.
They should put Benicio in a Ocean's movie.
Yeah,
they should have.
The other kind
That ship
of
has sailed.
the one that I like to throw in from time to time would be, and this is for Michael, Adam Driver.
Good God.
I hate Adam Driver. I don't love that guy.
I know, but that's
something about him that creeps me out.
Have you watched Girls?
Yes.
See, I liked him in Girls. That I didn't like him before
I
watching
watched
that
the
show.
whole thing, but I watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Until I, couldn't have my. By the way, another story now.
Jolson, do you have a doctor?
Yeah, I had 2. So my bottom one was Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, well.
As the doc?
Yeah, as the doc.
That's actually
just,
that's pretty funny.
I had him as
he can put on
Hoyt.
a goofy, weird.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And then my first one was Jack Nicholson.
Oh.
Because, he could, again, have that comedic but creepy vibe.
Joel's got no limit on the budget for this movie.
I didn't know that was part of it.
Wow.
Budget.
Burt Reynolds got paid made $5 million.
Joel's throwing some Mount Rushmore shit at this movie.
He's not wrong.
It's good.
People would be jumping at the remake of this movie, I think.
We need someone connected.
I think Bradley Cooper, whoever said that, is a good choice.
He's in this movie somewhere.
I think Ryan Reynolds is a great choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like this movie actually, not to get too far ahead, but would be a really fun movie to remake the right way.
I'd rather see Smokey and the Bandit remade than this piece of shit, but that's me.
But I think, kind of just
it's
thinking,
literally the worst movie I've ever seen.
No, not even close.
I'm not talking about the same script. I'm talking about the concept of the Cannonball Run.
Yes.
A coast-to-coast race with your favorite stars. And
right. Didn't this movie
have
this movie?
But it's a buddy.
Yes.
It's like a.
They tried to remake this.
No, but there's another movie with the coast-to-coast race. Which one is it? What is it?
Cannonball Run 2.
Did you know there was a 3?
I know they remade it within the last 20 years.
Really? Did you watch Speed Zone? No. Which is Cannonball 3. I watched it this week.
Oh my god!
Yes, I have a little extra time in my hands.
Joel is currently unemployed.
Okay.
Listen.
But it was one of the worst movies.
And
you talking about Cannonball Run? John Candy was in it. I mean, it was.
What?
Don't get me started on Speed Zone, a.k.a. Cannonball Run 3. Anywho, moving on.
Is it a sanctioned, approved sequel?
Kinda. It had 5 different names across.
It's not unlike those Bandit made for TV movies.
Bandit China had a different name.
I feel like I have to go see those now too.
In the United States, it's just there's a different name.
Bandit : Bandit.
It was like Cannonball Run 3. Once you Google it, but it was Speed Zone was the US
I think this
domestic.
could be remade. So the questions on my sheet that Rob has taken are. Would this movie work today? I think some of us say yes. Some of us say no.
I think conceptually, yes. The script, there is no way some of that, the dialogue is going to be redone. You need an entirely different script.
Yeah, of
to
course.
get this movie made.
The concept, I think, works. Just you have to work out the details.
I
like the idea.
And there's one guy trying to get him, all arrested.
So the other question is, what would you want to see in a sequel if one hasn't been made? And they have been made, of course.
Or I would want to see a script in the sequel.
Or would you want to see a prequel? Or is there a sequel you want to see? I don't think you need either one of those. This is the only thing.
No, it's just about
It's
the
a
race.
one-off.
I mean, it's an is it an annual race?
Racism-free version of this movie.
I don't know.
Anti-Semitism removed.
You remove that from this movie, and it's about 4 minutes long.
Yeah, you can keep the sexism because we're still not there yet.
No.
But yeah.
Oh, that's right. Boobs sell.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah.
Don't take out the funny parts. Come on.
Don't take out the titties.
All right. The How Much Are They Worth game.
Oh, Lord.
And now, let's play the How Much Are They Worth game.
We've got 5.
All right.
Dom DeLuise, Farrah Fawcett's nipples, Roger Moore, Sammy Davis Jr., and Burt Reynolds.
Wow. There's a lot of estates involved here.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah, are any of them alive?
Farrah Fawcett is.
No, she's dead.
I think she's dead.
She's long dead.
Oh, that's right. She got sick something, right?
Roger, I think they're all dead.
I guarantee you Ryan spent all her money before she died, too. Ryan O'Neal.
Or the daughter.
Let's start with Dom DeLuise.
Net worth?
What do you think the man's net worth is?
I'm gonna say.
Sorry, man. You should have watched the movie.
Can't fucking find it.
All right, I got it. I got a number. I got a number.
All right. You got
What did he have besides the movies? Did a lot of voiceovers, a lot of cartoon stuff.
It's going away tomorrow.
Was he doing any stand-up or anything like that?
Does he get credit for any of the Paul Prudhomme sauces?
Probably.
My giggling is sweet.
I have a number.
All right, let me. I'm gonna check something real quick here.
No cheating.
So,
No.
I'm not cheating. So
He was
Well,
one
you
of
are
the
cheating. You're looking
3
at your
tenors,
phone.
right?
Don't forget his choreographed.
That's right.
His choreographed career.
He's done a lot of like voiceovers, right? He's done a lot of voiceovers.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. He had a long
He's got that Baby Geniuses movie.
Dom
Girl
DeLuise,
Money,
Paul Prudhomme, and Pavarotti are the same person. All three of them.
Pavarotti should be in this movie.
Releasing that movie in 2021.
All right, I got a number.
Joel, do you have a number?
I'm gonna lowball this.
Give me a number, Joel, for Dom DeLuise. Net worth.
$22 million.
22. I said 21.
Wow.
I say 11.
I got 15.
Christ. 15. Domicile DeLuise, known as Dom, has a net worth of $9 million.
Thank you.
Michelle
I
wins.
had 10 and I changed it to 15.
Yeah, but are we doing Price is Right rules if you go over?
No, we're not.
If there's a tie, the under wins.
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett.
That's tough.
Who is she married to?
Ryan O'Neal.
Right.
I did not know she was married.
I mean...
So what? Is her net worth at the time of her death?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her
Was she
state?
married or was she?
Well, whatever.
You're right. I don't know that she
together.
was married to him, actually.
Charlie's Angels, right? That's her
Charlie's
thing?
Angels, Cannonball Run.
Forget
That poster?
Bed money.
That
Logan's
poster
Run.
made her the most money of all.
I'm sure it did.
$6 Million Man.
That was her first
She's
husband.
in a lot of crappy movies.
Burning bed.
What about The Burning Bed?
There's a lot of crap,
Stealing her
unfortunately,
shit, Rob.
on her.
Or what about,
IMDb.
was she in, she was in that movie, or Broadway play Extremities.
I'm sure
I've
she'll
never
pay
seen
lot
her in a
for that.
Lifetime
Okay,
movie.
thanks for the vague fact.
That was that.
If Kimmer was here, he'd appreciate that.
All right.
TT.
I got
Michelle, what's your number?
Are we saying at the time, what is it, the time of her death?
Yeah.
Whatever this website says. So
Okay, well, let me guess what they're going to say.
that's the whole fucking game. So play or don't play.
Why are you going to be like that?
Angry.
Anger.
Not angry.
22.
22 for Farrah.
Oh. I hope that's right.
Allison, what do you got?
I'm
10.
Joel, what do you have?
10. I'm going to go with 9.
I had 4.
What?
You heard me.
You're worth 4.
Farrah Fawcett has a net worth of $20 million.
Oh, thank you.
Michelle wins 2 in a row.
It's around.
Taking my spot.
See, my gut was going to go, those fucking radars.
Dink, dink, dink.
Fucking rigged.
Dinkity dink.
Austin Powers.
It's Fembot territory.
Yeah, totally.
These boots are made for walking.
Turbo titties.
Roger Moore,
It's our
007.
made for a reason.
Good lord.
Lord.
This has gone off the fucking rails.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you have an audience.
God.
We haven't got to the quotes yet either, anyways.
Oh, I
Thank you
bypassed
for
that.
keeping us on track, Joel.
Let me tell you what the quotes were. Dun dun dun, and Burt Reynolds laugh. The end.
It's
Yeah. It's Burt Reynolds laugh is the quote, and then it's dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun! I am Captain Chaos.
There's no other quote that holds water from this movie.
Oh, I have the quote right here. That shrink was smoking bananas.
I know. Literally no one remembers that quote.
I remember it, and I wrote it down because it's the greatest quote I've ever heard. That shrink was smoking bananas.
smoking bananas.
What does that
How
even
about,
mean?
Mom, you're too Jewish.
Yeah, that was another good quote. You're too Jewish, Mom.
All right, Roger Moore, 007. Let's find a number for this maniac.
If I would.
Who?
All right,
Are we
Roger
on?
Moore.
007.
007.
Oh, 007's got some bones.
All right, let's see.
Seymour Goldfarb.
Methodist next time.
Seymour Butts.
Hang on.
All right, so he, of course, Bond.
Thanks, honey.
He was in Spice World, so that's something.
Well, he's got that.
I've got one of my.
Keep going.
That's the greatest shocker of all time.
Send Robert to the basement to get more of that.
Wow, he's in a lot of things I have not seen. I'll just say that.
There's a.
Is this red?
Yeah.
All right,
What?
That's great.
I got a number.
I can't wait to hear these.
I don't know who we talking about here.
Roger
You need
Moore.
to start writing your numbers down so you don't price this right. Me.
I'm gonna price this right.
Well, then you're going first. Joel, what's your number for Roger Moore?
I think we're in the house.
What was your number?
21.
I haven't said it yet.
21. Michelle, what's your number?
39.
Al, what's your number?
25.
I've got 50.
Whoa.
James Bond. I mean, come on.
We're talking like 70s and 80s.
Yeah, but he did like six James Bond movies. All right, Roger Moore has a net worth of $110 million.
Are you fucking
Get out of here! Really? 110?
James goddamn Bond.
110 million?
Well, that's when he meant
did
something to be James Bond.
Brendan, was it him? Or was it a different James Bond that had a brick in Dingle in the sidewalk?
No, that was Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
Oh, that guy is the worst. You guys, I know nobody agrees with me, but I will take Pierce Brosnan to the grave. Love that guy.
He's good.
I think Roger Moore.
I fashioned my facial
Roger
hair
Moore
after
is
him.
my least favorite.
Yep. Who?
Roger Moore.
Oh, yeah.
He had the TV series The Saint. Roger Moore.
If you say so.
I'm telling you what he's got here.
Wow. Over 100 million. Wow. He had like a good investment.
A bunch of movies, but I mean, he was in these big 80s Bonds, so there's something there. I'm sure he had a piece in some way. All right. Sammy Davis Jr.
All right, I need to get on the board here. This ain't
All right.
right.
I'm gonna think that this
Apparently,
is
he was a singer.
dramatically low. I'm gonna guess dramatically low on this one.
Racist.
Racialism.
Sammy.
Did you guys watch the Judy Garland movie? She was broke when she died.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I did not
I
see
watched the
that.
last like 30 minutes of that movie.
It was a little sad.
Was she drunk the whole time or on whatever drugs she was
Yes.
on the entire time?
To all of those questions.
All right, I've written a number
Sammy.
down, and I hope it's right.
This is a tough one for me.
Yeah, no, I'm like doing the movies. He did so many movies.
He was on Gimme a Break. Give me a break. I sure
I'm sure
deserve
his day spot on Gimme a Break was a big payday.
Scale.
Nell Carter?
Yeah, but
That's
again, he
right.
made so much money, but he lived a good life, though.
He had a glass eye. There's that.
That's
He
true.
was on I
Gotta pay
Dream
for
of
that.
Jeannie at one point.
Love Boat, I'm sure.
Archie Bunker's Place.
He had to buy all that jewelry.
Porky and Bess.
Hey,
All right.
Mr. Bojangles alone, dude.
What do you call him, Shorty? Because you're small.
I know, that was ridiculous.
There's a quote.
He was in Ocean's 11, by the way, in 1960.
Yeah, right. The wrong one. Mm-hmm. Okay, Joel, give me a number.
I gotta go. You know, at first you want to
Bojangles.
go high, but I'm gonna go against my gut. I'm gonna go pull a George Costanza and go like 10.
Wow. Okay, Michelle.
Thank you. I'm gonna go with 40.
Shit, I had 38.
I got 60.
I think he made a bunch in Vegas doing his shows and stuff,
yeah.
but
I'm betting he carried a high debt load.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Know-It-All, what's your number?
He had an entourage.
What do you got?
I just said I thought Al's 60 sounded good.
You like 60?
Yeah.
Sammy Davis Jr. has a net worth of $5 million.
Oh my God! That is so sad.
George Costanza.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, that makes me sad.
We're just trying to guess the
That's
website,
like,
so I don't
that's like, what's his name from...
The Candyman can't.
Candyman is broke.
Ooh, that's good wine.
Candyman can't. Oh my God.
The Candyman can't.
$5 million? Really?
That's sad.
That's sad.
So what you're telling me is he is a
I think
union electrician who had a normal life.
Exactly.
I think Sinatra stole all his money.
Wow.
Didn't steal it. He just never got paid.
Who was it? Scott Glenn?
He spent it all on jewelry.
On Diamond and Crust,
That's not
Star
right.
of David.
Wow.
And he
Did
also
they
had to pay
include
for
the jewelry he was wearing in the movie?
The soundtrack of Having Nagila
It's
to come
always in the
on
background.
every time he showed into a room.
Oh my God. $5 million. That's not right.
That's sad. That's really sad.
That's below Dom DeLuise. It's half.
I guess you can't take it with you.
Right.
You can't,
It's half of
especially if you don't
Dom
get it while you're here.
Well, he had
You
small
cannot.
pockets.
That's true. $5 million to him is like $50 million to somebody else.
Wow.
Pocket wise.
Yeah. Pocket wise. Burt.
God, I am not on the...
Reynolds.
I'm not... I have a 0 so
Oh,
far.
Burt
Reynolds.
Burt, don't call me Ryan Reynolds.
I know this is a trick.
Well, he blew a lot of money. He
blew a lot.
He blew a lot of money on hair pieces.
Yes.
And divorces.
Divorces.
And that's why he had to have that auction.
Auction. He did that.
Remember that?
Joel's got a lot of
He had to
information.
sell all of
I
his
didn't
shit.
know that.
Fucking
You
sold his
followed his
mustache.
career
Right.
very closely.
He sold his mustache.
Don't forget the
No, he
Don't
didn't.
forget the
No, he
Stroker
did.
Ace
Someone
money.
bought it. I forget.
His
I remember.
mustache?
Did he
Because
say
Chris
that?
Mall has it in a glass case.
Right.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Chris Mall has it in a glass case.
Yes.
His mustache.
Smokey
No,
and the
but no,
Bandit 1 and
seriously.
2.
Someone bought his mustache.
He's got the Stroker Ace money, the Boogie Nights money.
He's got
The Boogie Nights money came
Gone.
later.
Gone. The Stroker Ace money.
Was he on Golden Girls?
Of course he was.
Stroker Ace was a great movie.
He was in Bean, so that's something.
Bean as in Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wait, what? He was Mr. What?
He was in the movie Bean with Mr.
I'm
Bean.
gonna guess.
Hang on, I gotta write mine down here, Slim.
Oh my gosh! Remember that movie he did? Like I'm a cop. You know that little black kid.
Oh.
Nope. Sounds like a lot of 70s possibilities.
No. It was like 90s.
Oh,
I was like, who's Harry Crumb? Which is a great movie.
I don't get a number for him.
I'm gonna go with 40.
40 for Michelle. Joel, what do you got?
18.
18 for Joel. Al?
25.
25. I've got 81 based on Boogie Nights. I know it's not.
Yeah, but his career took off after
I
Boogie
know.
Nights, so he wasn't paid that much to do Boogie Nights.
No, I'm just saying.
Bad choice.
How dare you?
This is going to be a shocker.
Burt Reynolds.
Well, he got a
Almost as shocking
resurgence.
as
Yeah.
Roger Moore,
Oh!
but in the other direction.
Burt Reynolds
100.
has a net worth of $3 million.
Told you he burned it.
Oh, you like
Wow.
He has Scott Glenn's fucking business manager.
I know. Okay, we have a tie. Joel and Michelle.
Wow.
He could have made $10 an hour.
So
and
do we
gotten
arm wrestle?
$3 million.
You're fine.
We measure nipples.
I'm gonna win.
Joel's gonna win. Okay, let's pick somebody.
I'm sorry.
Pick somebody to do. Dean Martin.
Oh,
Dino. Oh.
I was gonna say like a game of Twister.
Saved every now and then.
You guys be quiet. Let them do this.
I'm gonna go $3 million on Dino.
LeLuise was fake. He didn't.
3 for Dean.
25.
25. Dean Martin has a net worth of $30 million.
Wow.
Joel wins.
Oh, what do I win?
Wow.
Now look at what Dino got compared
Bragging
to
rights? I don't get like
Sammy.
a trophy or something?
But Dino was with Jerry Lewis, right? Wasn't that
Sorry, man.
weren't they the original duo?
Yes, they were.
I have like zero ability to guess the estates of dead people.
No, I can't.
I'm like so
if they're not
far
recent,
off.
I can't figure it out.
I have no
If they're
idea.
not currently working, I'm not even.
Like, I'm still
Burt
really.
Reynolds.
He was the only one that I
He's
knew
worth
because
$3
I'm a big
million.
Burt fan, but I remember he had that huge auction.
Big Burt fan.
But
I mean, before he died, he
what
was
drained all
selling
his money?
everything up. I don't know. I don't know. Let me go check.
I just checked. He's awake. He's fine.
All right.
It's all good.
Final word on Cannonball Run. It's obviously a great movie. So, how far up in the AFI 100 is it? In the top 10 or top 20?
Right.
Top 30.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's so good.
Bad. It's so bad. It's good.
It's not.
It. No,
I've
I
seen
disagree.
some bad movies that are
It
good.
was legitimately better than I expected this
Yeah.
this
Put it
time
in the
seeing
time
it.
perspective.
I mean, like, at
I
the
thought it was going to be
time,
garbage. I'm like, oh, it's just
Garbage.
If I'm in the
It's
early
mildly.
80s,
It's
it was
mildly
the
amusing.
perfect time to make that movie.
It wasn't though. It wasn't even mildly amusing. Smokey and the Bandit
No.
is mildly amusing.
No, I disagree. I think it was mildly
This has
amusing,
some
only because of the
quality
short bits that we
gags.
talked about earlier.
They're
You know
bad.
how
You watch
we had the
it.
pairs of
You watch it
characters
through.
that were
Yes.
so funny, but the overall the movie was just
If it weren't for
Shit
Ferris
show.
boobs, I don't know what would be about redeeming
You
value.
watch it through the lens of, okay, I watched this when I was 10 years old.
It was
and it
hilarious.
was
First of all, you
mildly
should not be
amusing.
watching this movie when you're 10 years old.
11.
I gotta see it.
Too
There
many
were
boobs.
not a lot of choices. This was the number
Teenage
3
Beta
movie of the
Bitch.
year, number 4, whatever. Like, this was a big movie, but
The third
main
highest
actors
grossing
and actresses
film
at that
in the
time.
country that year.
yeah,
Which is
it had everybody.
amazing.
It had everybody in it, and
Yeah.
I found it mildly amusing. There were a couple times today
world
when I
loved it.
watched it, I laughed out loud. So I can't. And maybe I was
You
laughing
laughed more than I did. I was like, whoa, you
Yeah.
are really into this.
I wouldn't say I was really into it, but there were a couple times I definitely laughed out loud. More because it was ridiculous.
The insanity of it.
It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Than the inherent intent of humor.
Yeah.
But
no.
I
think it was good.
It was better than I thought.
surprised.
Yeah, it was better than I thought. Dom DeLuise was delightful.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I am on board, Michelle, with your Dom DeLuise bandwagon.
He's the greatest.
90.
I still don't understand the hamster part at the beginning of the movie because I really wish it came back later on.
I know. The hamster.
There were a lot of slaps in the movie, which is always funny.
Yeah. I mean, I think the hamster part we keep going back to, that was definitely him. Like, you know, hey, just figure it out for like a minute.
It's the most throwaway line ever.
Right,
We've mentioned
right.
it 16 times already.
Right.
It's nonsense.
Captain Chaos at the end was absolutely ridiculous. That ending was the most bizarre thing. Like, okay, he goes and rescues the dog, and the Lamborghini women win the race, and like there is zero recognition.
They win the
that
race,
somebody else won
and
the
no
race.
one even pays attention.
Zero people are caring.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I want to see Burt Reynolds slap this fat guy.
And all of the water slapping and what I mean, it's an absolutely ridiculous ending to the movie.
So insane.
And let's not forget the music at the end of this movie.
Yeah, sure. Remember that song?
The music is crazy.
Michelle, what's the song?
Completely insane. Like at the end, I'm watching it at the end, and I'm saying, I'm like talking to Brad. I'm like, what is this music?
It was like something out of like An Affair to Remember, one of those like 70s like slow dramas.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
It was insane.
I know there was a good Lou Rawls turn early on in the movie. A lot of country.
Both 1 and 2 had purpose-written intro songs, though, that reference Cannonball and Cannonball Run 2.
Yeah, it didn't really work.
I don't even know.
The music was crazy.
Well, Burt Reynolds went on to be a star, do many other wonderful things. This was not his shining moment. He needed his Sally Field.
Well, this was...
or Dolly Parton.
The whorehouse in Texas, yes, correct.
This was Hal Needham's
shining moment?
I mean, I know there was Smokey the Bandit, but...
Hal Needham bought a lot of coke with this paycheck.
Oh, my God. This movie was fueled by coke. All those cars were running on cocaine.
Yeah.
No, but
it's great.
Right.
I'm glad we watched it. I'm glad we did the podcast.
Absolutely.
We can check the box off on this one.
I'm never going to watch it again, but I'm glad I came back to it.
My hat's off to these cast of characters: the Mel Tillis, the Burt Reynolds, the John DeLuise.
Did you read that little tidbit,
Terry
Joel?
Bradshaw.
The producers, directors, whoever, liked the combo of Terry Bradshaw and Mel Tillis so good in this movie. They tried to do a spin-off sitcom or something.
Yes, they were going to do it, but
what? I forgot.
Do you know why? Oh, I'm trying to think where.
I thought you had it.
Let's ask Joel about the Mel Tillis.
Because it almost became a TV series, but the head of ABC, who was all behind it, he was like the only one.
Yeah.
He lost his job 24 hours before the big key pitch meeting.
I'm shocked. God.
And
you guys are fucking phones.
And it was just ended because he got fired.
I'm shocked that the guy who was recommending that got fired.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like almost cause and effect.
Yeah, but seeing those two every Thursday on ABC,
it's a dream come true, Joel.
Guys, I know we're down.
Yeah,
I think we can pick up in Q3 with a
you had
Tillis,
Hee-Haw
Terry
at that
Bradshaw
time,
sitcom.
right?
Yeah,
Put all
Mel
our
Tillis is
eggs in
probably
the basket.
running Hee-Haw appearances.
I think Joel and I, as Mel Tillis and Terry Bradshaw.
As a lead into the A-Team, we're going to do the Mel Tillis, Terry Bradshaw.
You and Joel should...
Perfect.
You and Joel could do a Thelma and Louise reading.
Perfect.
Today.
Wait a minute.
Today.
Did she just ask us to go on a long road trip and drive off a cliff?
I mean, that's probably not a good
I can't see shit.
I can see us doing it.
Well, Brenna, thank you for bringing this opportunity to me. I'm glad I could bring you my ideas.
Thank you for inviting us.
Can we please find
I'm so
a
glad
really
I got to
bad
bring this
movie to
movie
do
back into my life after 35 years.
Absolutely.
I will take suggestions.